Welcome to this edition of Outsider Genie, where we will be looking at the race meeting today, the 11th of June, on the Fairview Poly track. We kick off with the first race of a juvenile plate. The first two races are juvenile plates, so therefore I'm just going to give you the betting and then I'm going to start my preview on race number 3. The betting is as follows: race number 1, number 6, Lemon Pepper 6 to 10. La Duma Mia 72, Take Control 5 to 1, Cape Willow 10 to 1, 20 to 1, Couple Problem, 20 to 1, Filipina, and Better the Rest. Race number 2, Super Soap, Super Snap 11 to 20, Chocolate Ruffles 4 to 1, Grace Lightning 13 to 2, Bobbity Boo 10 to 1, 16 to 1, Estina, and Longer the Rest. In race 3, the betting is number 1, Kleto 5 to 2, number 3, Purple Frontier 3 to 1, Ikuru 7 to 2, Royal Shading 7 to 1, Constellation Code 9 to 1, Stone of Destiny 10 to 1, and Longer the Rest. So we kick off the pick 6 here in race 3, where my first selection is the number 2 horse, Ikura. Ikura, I'm still baffled by that run on the Poly on the 1600 meters, where he finished way behind the winner, and I'm hoping that won't be a repeat today. Then he ran second to Pacific Duke and Prince of Alf, and I think Prince of Alf was a good horse, and Pacific Duke came out last time and went start to finish to beat the horse that we have a share in Homer Fidget, and we was hoping for Homer Fidget that day to win that race. So I think in this race, number 2, Haikuru, can be the best choice. Then for outsiders, I'm going with Royal Shining, which is from our stable. John Nell have said to me a few times that this horse is actually a good horse, but he's just battling with it. But I'm thinking one of these days he's going to get it right. And today he's putting him over at 2,200, and being by a noble tune might just be the distance that he needs. So definitely Royal Shining, do include in all of your bets. Then number 9 is my other constellation code, the Duke of Marmalade. This horse went to the front over the 1,400 meters, led tired late, but has got the services of Lyle Hewitson today. And I'm thinking that maybe if they can restrain the horse and let him run on a little bit, the number 9 constellation code might be a factor in this race. And then also another horse that we want to look at is a favorite, number 1, Kleto. He ran well behind Shades of Blue over the 1,400 meters, but is also going the 1,600 meters today for the first time. But I think he might be there when the photos are taken. I just want to quickly clarify, I made a big mistake here. I got confused with the next race, who's 2,200. They're putting this horse over the 1,600 meters, where he probably ran his best races. You can see a course and distance, 4 runs, 2 seconds, a third and a fourth. So definitely number 4, Royal Shining, might be the distance. I do apologize for my mistake again. So then we move on to the 4th race, which is a maiden plate over 2,200. Let's have a look at the betting. Here we have a strong favorite, 13 to 20, Highway Star, 6 to 1, Wild Earth, Offsides 8 to 1, 12 to 1, Kings 4, 12 to 1, Ecom, Swanking 14 to 1, 18 to 1, and Better the Rest. Yeah, here the favorite is very short, number 1, 6.5 to 10, Lyle Hewitson. This horse has been running well in his last 2 races, and I don't think that 2,200 will pose a problem. Has had 3 runs for 2 places on the Poly, so might not have a problem with the surface. But I'm always scared. Scared of short price maidens. So you need to look at 1 or 2 others as well. Kingsford is also a horse that has run a second behind Dry Martini, but on the Poly hasn't performed well. But maybe on the dam side, might find this 2,200 to his liking. And Alex Alan Greer horses, you always need to watch out, and he's got Luke Ferraris riding for him today. As you know, he has been, Luke Ferraris is moving to Singapore where his dad is. I think we all knew it was only a matter of time before he was going to go there. Number 3, Hickam Silvano by Indigo Magic Me. I think this also can also improve further. Did improve on the turf over the 2-4. Now going over the poly on the 2-2, and surely a horse that you need to look out for, as well as number 8, Wild Earth. Wild Earth was comprehensively beaten by our filly last time. Let's Rock. There was quite a lot of money going around for it, and certainly can be a contender, but not a type of horse I would rush to put my money on. Just one horse I want to mention here, number 4, Swan King. Do put in your quartets and trifectas. This horse did improve last time, and there might just be this chance that this horse will favor the 2,200, has got this Calvin Beep on, and as Sean Terry said, he is a very underrated jockey. Then we move on to race number 5. There's a merit at 86 handicap over 1,900 meters. Class C average merit at 79. Let's have a look here at the betting. Here we have number 1, Ancient Times, 8 to 10. Meerkat 7 to 2. Upper 10, 13 to 2. Palo Alto 10 to 1. Capernaum 10 to 1, 10 to 1, Super Noir, and 14 to 1, Orion Express. Yeah, here the favorite is the number 2 horse, and 1 can't look past him. Surely he must have a good chance that beat Meerkat, and I think, although there's a weight turnaround, it's not going to be enough from Meerkat's side to beat Ancient Times. But yes, Meerkat is my other selection, as well as number 3, Upper 10. I think this horse is also a good horse. Have 1, 2, and the distance, not a problem. Also a little bit down on class. Do include in all of your bets number 3, Super 10. So here we have Meerkat, who's also been improving all the time and can be a contender today for Jean Nel. Look for Ferraris riding. And just if you can afford, put in number 7, Super Noir. He's coming in at 49.5 and has run some decent races in his time. I remember that day behind Pacific Duke. Man, this horse was flying. He came from behind. I mean, at the 400, he was still 6 lengths in arrears. And Pacific Duke then came out and won again. This horse was behind Miras, but has also now got a weight turnaround. So do include, if you can afford, Super Noir. Then we move to race number 6, which is the merit at 68 handicap over 1,000 meters, where we have number 3, Mujitsu Magic, 5 to 2, Ploverville 7 to 2, Angel Bouquet 11 to 2, Elegant General 9 to 1, 9 to 1, Microbe, TF 9 to 1, Curious 10 to 1, 12 to 1, and better the rest. Now here in this race, I like the number 6, Angel Bouquet, very much. This horse is getting the -2.5. He's running in the same class as last time, where he just got beaten by Rama. 1 more stride. And I'm thinking that the number 6, Angel Bouquet, definitely a huge contender in this race. At 11 to 2, he can go each way, still get your money back if he doesn't win. But I'm looking at number 6, Angel Bouquet today to finish this race off and end up in the winner's box at the end of the race. For outside selection, again for number 5, Thief, also the stable companion. This horse has got ability, but he doesn't always run according to that. But he's running down in class. He used to run in 70s before, now down in class. And then my other outside selection is number 7, which is Elegant General, also down in class and also a horse that can turn it on if he wants to. Certainly not to be excluded out of your bets. Then we look here at number 3, Magician Magic, also got a huge chance, but was comprehensively beaten by Iron Henry, which is the stable companion to Angel Bouquet. And then also number 4, Plummerville, also a horse that's been running there and thereabouts, but also last time behind Iron Henry was beaten. And I think Jean now will have a good idea through a line of Iron Henry. And I'm sticking to my guns here today, Angel Bouquet. I think a huge runner. We move to a novice plate over 1,300 meters, where we have the favorite here, number 1, blinking at 17 to 20, Cold Fusion 5 to 1, Diplodenia of 6 to 1, Magic Blaze 7 to 1, Malzian over 11 to 1, Opera Swings 10 to 1, and better. Guys, I warn you, this horse can never be 17 to 20. You're going to burn your fingers today. I don't say he cannot win. He can win, but he is not the best horse in the handicap. And I can assure you guys, I've been in this game long enough. I've been studying computer forms for a long time in my life. And this best weighted column doesn't lie. 8 out of 10, they are correct. And here your best handicap is number 7. That's the horse that I'm going for. This horse, Lyle Hewitson, is riding. That's already a plus. This horse ran one well, but it's coming up a rest. But to me, that's not a problem. Sometimes it's good if a horse has had a rest. And carrying 57.5, won a race in Kenilworth, his maiden, and then has run a few places. And I think today over this 1,300 meters, he's surely going to be a competitor. Then also want to look at number 2, which is also well up in the handicap, Cold Fusion, also coming out of a race, but won well here under Polly. And certainly, I think, not without a chance. I just want to touch here on Blinking King. You know, this horse won by 6 lengths, which is good. Live on Mars came out after that and won. And he has been placed behind horses like Seeking the Stars, Dollar Brand, and Sabina's Progeny. But he's running on a poly for the first time. You don't know how he's going to run. He might not take to the poly. I don't say the horse can't run. I don't say the horse hasn't got ability, but being on the service for the first time on that odds really is a bit dicey for me. So then I move to race number 8, which is the 1,200 meters, Phyllis and Mayer 68 handicap. And here the betting is number 5, Madame Seville, 15 to 4, 9 to 2 at your request, Forward March 4 to 1, Storyland 15 to 2, Albia 7 to 1, Remy 8 to 1, 12 to 1, and better the rest. Now here another strong favorite of mine is At Your Request. This horse ran second to and was just beaten by Madame Seville, and has got a 3.5 kilogram, or a 1.5 kilogram turnaround for a 0.25. And with that, that should put him in front of the favorite, which is Madame Seville. And I'm looking for him to run a huge race. Also run a nice race behind his stable companion before that, Natural Jade. And I'm thinking number 10 At Your Request today. Definitely for me, a huge chance in this race. The other contenders that you want to have a look at is number 6, which is Storyland. Now, Storyland used to be 84 and might even be higher. Let's just have a look quickly. Yeah, 84. Now, 65. So he's come down 19 points, is 8 kilograms in the handicap. He used to be, I mean, this horse was taken to Greyville to run there. Now back in PE, he's battling a bit, but I'm thinking with Lardy Whitson today and the weight keep on coming down, that he's merited. One of these days he's going to just spring a surprise and win a race. And I've got an idea that maybe the 14 of the 1,000 meter was just too short for him, and he might be suited better to the 1,200 meters, where he has won in place before. So definitely watch out for this one. And then my other outsider selection is number 11, Abia. Has been running well, also from the Smith table. Marco van Rensburg was also behind Madame Seville, also have a weight turnaround, was also third in the race behind Natural Jade. And I'm thinking that Abia also capable of finishing front here. but I'm sticking to my guns. Number 4 at your request might be a very good bet in this race. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I could point you in the right direction for a few winners. And as I always say, break a leg.